Hey, 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 everybody. I am going to wait for the notification to go out but I am not going to be as engaged. Let me just make sure that I made this public because sometimes I forget to do that. Okay, so it is public. All right, so I know there's been a lot of stuff going on with YouTube. A lot of people are complaining that they're not getting notifications. So this is not just for my channel. This is actually happening across YouTube. Hey, 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 Trudy, how are you? Hey, Tanya, how are you? So today we're doing the daily vibrations for March 31st, 2020. Okay, I'm going to be doing the vibrations live so we can kind of tap into collectively what's going on today. I gave some dates yesterday, and hopefully you were able to get the dates. All right. If you do not see me so interactive, it is definitely because I want to get through the daily vibration, and I want to tap into what's going on collectively, so we can at least know how we should be moving on an individual level. Okay. So welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome. Today we're doing the daily vibration for March 31st, 2020, and we are vibrating on the number 2 today. Okay, now I start out all of these videos by talking about your intuition, and I start off really trying to drill in how important your intuitive nature is, and how and why your intuition is connected to your opportunity into possibilities. Okay, so as usual, like I say every day in these daily vibrational videos, your intuition is going to be key for you today, especially key for you as we are moving through all of this energy. Okay, so please be mindful of that. All right. Meditation is going to be key for some of you today as you're going through the day, because there's a lot of fear going on in the atmosphere. And please be mindful that fear is going to increase, okay? You're going to see an increase, I'm sorry, you're going to see an increase of that fear probably leading up until the summer, which I think is the summer solstice. Okay, so you guys will be seeing an increase on fear, or a gathering or a harvesting of energy leading up until that time. So just be mindful. All of this energy that is being accumulated right now, you also have the power within you to utilize the energy and direct that energy um, really to where you want it to go, which means little basic things, right? Tap into meditation and not argue with somebody because they don't agree with your thought process or how you do things. Like, this is just not the time for that with the energy that we're in. So meditation is going to become key for some of you, especially today, and especially if you're an empath. Okay, you're gonna have to stay up on your meditation game. That is going to be important for you if you're an empath. All right, or if you're just seeking things on a spiritual level. All right. um, we're coming into a times really when you're going to have to trust that nature within. All right, today's also a day when you can see yourself either receiving encouragement or giving an encouragement, just depending on the situation. All right, you want to be mindful also today with the energy in the air to pay attention to details. Okay, and the reason why I'm saying that is, once again, when you're tapping into your intuitive nature, that part of you is going to lead you to that fine print on the paper that you may have missed if you wasn't tapped in. Okay, now your intuition works in many different ways. Okay, and for those of you that are taking my class, we spoke about this. All right, so definitely as we're going through the week, you guys would want to pay attention to what your spirit is telling you. Okay, because your spirit is either going to connect you to something that you may need in the future, or something that you may need from the past to apply it in your now. Okay, now I also want you guys to remember and understand that your now moment, you're either pulling from your past or you're pulling from your future. Okay, that is what your now moment is, right? So it is your choice if you're going to live in an old timeline and a repetitive negative mind loop, or if you're going to jump into a new timeline and really create the things that you want from a perspective of being able to press everything out into this dimension. Okay, so paying attention to details is going to be key. So if your eyes land on a particular piece of paper today, or if a song is in your head, all right, these things are not by coincidence. And if you are empath, I am just asking you guys to really pay attention. This is critical. From now up until the summer equinoxes are going to be super critical for you guys to be able to pay attention to your intuition and what your spirit is saying. Okay, today's also a day where you need to be open and receptive to the love that's coming in, because there is a lot of fear. Okay, now let me sidebar here when I talk about being open and being receptive to love, because some people, If love is not coming from the person or the area or the situation that you think it should come from, then you're not open to it because it's not coming from that direction. However, I'm asking you to be open to receive love from wherever the fuck it comes from. Like seriously, okay? This is the time, like really, because of the higher vibrational aspect of fear. I'm asking you just to see the love in the atmosphere. If your neighbor smiles at you from across the fucking street, like wave, like we're just in a time right now so much social distancing, you're going to have to be open to receive the love from whatever. If the love is just the birds singing out in the freaking, backyard, like embrace that. Whatever that is, be open to receive love wherever it's coming in from, okay? Now, let me sidebar right here when I said be open to receive love, because some people are toxic, right? Like some people are toxic, and we do know that, right? So with some people being toxic, some people's love, the way that they may want to give love or show love may not be where you are right now on your walk, right? And it's okay for you to deem that category or that person or that situation not a part of your love bubble, right? So receiving love and being open to love does not mean a love that's going to break you down and make you feel less worthy, okay? So just know that there's a difference, okay? Because some dysfunctional people that talk about love, that's not really love, okay? So let's just make sure that you understand that, okay? Today's also a day where you're going to feel some justice in the atmosphere, okay? This could be personal justice based on situations in your life. I know there's a lot of slowing down of the court system, so if you've been waiting for anything to come in the mail or any type of notification, today may be a day where you may get that in the mail. You may get some type of notice via email, okay? So pay attention to that. But it's also a day where you can see cause and effect, aka karma, coming into play with a lot of the fuckery that's going on. Now, if you are new to the channel, I have been talking about Saturn waking up, and we've been talking about all of the shit that's going on right now. We've been talking about this energy for a while. We may not have had the plan of how it was all going to unfold, but we knew this energy was in the atmosphere. And one of the things that we talked about was it was going to get to a point where people was going to get super depressed, super anxious, super anxiety. The opioid and the drug epidemic was going to be sky high. And look, people are home now, okay? So there's a lot of shit going on right now. So what I want you guys to be mindful of, because this is in the atmosphere today, partnerships and relationships are in the atmosphere today, which says to me communication, okay, as well as you being able to be encouraging, maybe even having to meditate because you can't deal with certain people today, and now you're in a fucking close confinement. Do you know how it feels to be in a close confinement with someone and you don't get along? Okay, now you can't even get out the fucking house because you can't get along. So please be mindful of the energy that's in the atmosphere, okay? If you're an empath, it's going to be very important for you to be able to protect your energy, like I said, leading up to the summer solstice, okay? There is energy harvesting going on. So as this energy harvesting is going on, why not harvest some energy for yourself so you can direct that energy to where in your life you need manifestation, healing, okay, forgiveness, love, okay? Just know that, all right? Now, please remind me to come back to the jail prison, please, okay? I do want to get through the daily vibrations, so that's why I'm not so engaged, but have me to remind, no, just remind me to talk about that, because there is something going on that I do want to tap into on that, okay? Now, on the lower vibrational end of things today that you do need to pay attention to is codependency, okay? And this is codependency in really any form, okay? So whether or not you're the one operating in the codependent energy or you have someone codependent on you, all right? So today may be a really good day for you guys to be able to, I want to say, thank you, Beatrice. I want to say no. Okay. Today would be a really good day to say no, or today will be a really good day for you to say yes, depending on what's happening. So be mindful of that. Okay. Codependency, I kind of feel is going to be For those of you that are working on shit, be mindful that is also going to be one of the undertones as we get into the summer solstice. And why codependency? Because this is a time, especially in Aries season, where you need to be able to be dependent on yourself. So anything that you feel you're too codependent on, or anyone that is too codependent on you, if you are seriously working on yourself, please be prepared to see changes happen in that area. And some of this change may happen by either relationships going through some type of and I don't want to say turmoil, but some type of indifference, okay? Or maybe even once again, you may have to put people on timeout, or you may have to, like, and my Capricorns, as well as I want to say my Virgo should get this. Really, my Earth signs, y'all should really resonate with this. This will be a really good time for y'all to start showing motherfuckers receipts. Like, right? Okay, so y'all know how I practice peace, love, and light, and there's nothing wrong with peace, love, and light. But let me just be clear. Even when y'all go back to the Bibles, God was killing motherfuckers, okay? And God was taking out whole fucking generations. Please understand that, okay? So even if you're still on an undertone of an umbrella, you understand what I'm saying? Please understand the God that you serve in this Bible was taking out whole motherfucking generations, okay? Now, with that being said, right? Peace, love, and light, yeah. You got to practice peace, love, and light, but sometimes you got to give yourself that peace, love, and light before you give that to a motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? So, with that being said, this is a season where you would need to bring out your receipts. Bottom line. You may have to show motherfuckers some receipts in this season, and it may not be one receipt. And my Capricorns are good for this. You may have to go back to 1988 and let that motherfucker know about some shit, okay? Now, and I know I'm tapping into something right here because I'm cursing a lot. But please understand, this is the season we are in. This is not a fucking joke, okay? This is not a joke. This is not a joke. This is not a joke, all right? We are in mental and emotional and spiritual warfare, okay? The side effects are what you're seeing physically going on around you. That's the fucking side effects, okay? So please understand, there is a war over your fucking consciousness going on right now, okay? That's what's going on. A war over your consciousness. Please understand that, okay? Now, lower vibrational things that you may have to deal with or that you may have to eliminate leading up to the summer solstice is anything codependent. Ooh, boom. This is what popped up, y'all. The fucking parasites. Okay? Yeah. Okay. So we working with the parasites leading up until the summer solstice. Okay. So please understand that getting rid of parasites, and I'm not just talking physically. Some of you, you may need to find. And I don't know. Okay. So I don't know if anybody else is experiencing this, but I'm telling you, the universe is even changing my diet easy. Like I'm not fucking trying. Like this shit is unfolding easy. So right now, if you're in a brand new timeline, a lot of the changes that you want to make, they should not be difficult. They should be effortlessly, okay? And when I mean effortlessly, it's not that you're not going to have to put in the work, but all of that heavy double thinking, triple thinking yourself, no, there's going to be an internal stirring of something that's ready to make the changes. And all it's asking you to do is take that one step. And I promise you, you will be held, okay? Work on calling in your guides and your angels to do some lower vibrational shit that you don't want to handle. You don't have to argue with everybody. You don't have to do that. You can just have your guides and your angels take care of shit because that's what they're there for. So give instructions in this season, please. That's going to be key. All right. Today, there's also a lot of unemotional energy in the atmosphere. So this is where the narcissists and the Gargamels are on point today. Now, for some of us, there's no sun in the atmosphere for some of us, okay? Now, when we're talking about the sun, S-U-N, that is a source of energy. That is a giant battery, okay? You can tell, hey, Yelly, you can tell, my best friend's in the house, y'all. Danielle just came in, Danielle Moore. You can tell right now that the energy is heavy. So when the sun is not, pay attention to the days when the sun is not out. I want you guys to pay attention to how you feel, okay? On the days that the sun is not out, you want to pay attention to how you feel, and then you definitely want to go with your spirit on those days. Like, for example, today is raining. I feel tired, and I feel like I need to rest and I need to listen. So that's what I'm going to do when I am done here. I planned on doing oracle videos, for the elements, and I might do that later. But right now, this is not where the energy is. So there's a lot of unemotional energy in the atmosphere, a lot of unloving energy in the atmosphere today. This is why I'm saying to be open to receive the love where it's coming from. Whether that's your 5-year-old child coming in to give you a hug, be open to receive that, because there's a lot of fear being pushed out right now. Okay, so the more you can tap into love, the more you're not on that lower vibrational fear frequency. Okay, there's fear of change in the atmosphere today. There's fear of making mistakes today. There's fear of the unknown in the atmosphere today. Okay, there's also indecisive energy in the atmosphere today. Right now, boom, check this out. And this is what I'm saying, like about the parasite energy that you're gonna have to be getting rid of leading up to the summer solstice. Okay, the parasital energy is gonna be rampant. Okay, it's gonna be rampant. Like so basically, be prepared for your phone to ring, because everybody's fucking home right now. Be prepared for your phone to ring, and be prepared for the fuckery to intensify. All right. So be prepared for fuckery to be intensified within the current season that we have. Now, boom. Let me tell y'all something. So last night I watched I Am Legend with Bruce last night. Now, there's a lot of symbology in that movie. And if you guys could get a chance and check out I Am Legend, that movie was made back in 2007, I believe, right? And the movie is not relevant. And I believe they call the virus that we don't speak about here on this channel, the even the code for what's going on now is very similar in that movie. And there's a lot of allegories that's going on. So I want you guys, and if you can get the broader concept of what that movie is talking about, you guys, oh, thank you, Carol. Thank you. I appreciate that. um if you guys can get the broader concept of what I'm speaking about, this is why you would want to prepare yourself spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. We talked about the vitamins and stuff that you guys would need on the last video. Okay, so please understand, you can go back to that video and you can pull out the vitamins. A lot of those vitamins you can find in CMOS. And once again, I apologize because Bruce wants to do this video professionally. Like, I'm be real honest with you. Yeah, I would have been got that video if it was up to me. Okay, but he want to edit, chop, so okay. Just know that there's pessimistic and argumentative energy in the atmosphere today also. So when it comes to that type of energy, this is really where your hazels, your gargamels, the energy vampires, as well, right, as the narcissists live. Okay, this is where they live. So I and now I really, okay, and maybe I should have said this too, because I did not write this down in my notes. The number two also deals with duality. Okay, so today is going to be a day of duality, right? Which means, yeah, you're gonna have very argumentative people, and people just want to project their shit on you. So now, this is the one thing that you guys need to be mindful of also, as we are transitioning with all of this energy leading up to the summer solstice. Now, and with each season, like, I am going to definitely break down the archetype and the energy that you need to grab within this season, right? So just know, like, this shit right now, and I tapped in yesterday, and I didn't want to stay there because I could feel the fucking heaviness yesterday, and I don't even really want to go back into that. I really don't want to feel that shit. But what I'm saying to you guys is this, right? We've been preparing for this for a really, really long time. We talked about Saturn going direct. We talked about the slow boil. We're now at the slow boil point of things where the pot is bubbling over, okay? The pot is bubbling over, and all that shit that was not stirred up while shit was cooking has now stuck to the bottom of the pot. So shit is about, like, shit is stuck now. Like, so, and then another thing I want to break down to you, right? Before you can get I want to say, to having your 5-course beautiful gourmet meal, right? There has to be a process of things. So you still have to clean the chicken, season the chicken, prepare the chicken, blend your herbs, put it in the oven, wait for it to cook, take it out, let it sit. There's still a process to all of that, right? There's a process to all of that. So if you're looking at what's going on now in the collective, there is a process to us getting to really sit in the energy that we're in right now. So we are in the Aquarian age right now. This is an age of knowing. This is an age of understanding. This is an age of information. This is why information is readily available to you immediately. Okay, so please understand that. Right now, with that being said, a lot of our spiritual gifts also will be coming online in this age. The things that that were in our DNA that they consider to be junk DNA will now start to come online. Okay, a lot of things will be happening. I wanna one of the things that I also want us to pay attention to leading up to the summer solstice is how many rainy days we have, because I feel like there's going to be more rainy days than normal. Okay, I feel like there's going to be a lot of cutting out of the sun. Okay, leading up to the summer solstice, there's going to be a lot of cutting out of the physical sun in the sky, which is going to create activation. So with that being said, when the sun is out, please try to get as much sunlight as possible. It does not have to be direct sunlight, but you may want to open the windows to your house and try to get as much sunlight in as possible. That is going to be important because there are light codes, okay, being transmitted through the sun's light. Okay, there's light code, aka information, aka downloads that are coming through from the sun's direct sunlight. Okay, so just be mindful. Maybe this is something for you guys just to be mindful of. There is something going on. And another thing that you got, I almost ran over a rabbit last night coming home. And and I think I told you guys this, I've been seeing a lot of road kills lately, more than usual, to the point that I've taken notice. Okay, because usually you see one on the street, but it's just more to the point that I've taken notice. Okay, and that's not a coincidence. So please just be mindful, really, of paying attention to your first gut, because that's what's going to save you. And I've told you guys already about my 9/11 story, which saved my life. So I want you guys to be very, very, this is not a joke anymore. Like, everything that we've been talking about from since last year is really unfolding, and it's nothing to be afraid of. This is just really the time that you need to just step your game up and not just be not just talk about it, but be about it. Like, yeah, if you know somebody is coming with some bullshit, why are you going to speak for an hour on the phone with someone that you know is just going to dump all their shit, and there's not going to be any growth? When I get on the phone with Danielle, like, there's a back and forth transfer of energy. Like, what's going on, girl? You take, she's sharing what she's going through, I'm sharing what I'm going through, and it's uplifting, it's encouraging. It's not me feeling like someone is just dumping all of their worries and their problems on me. Please understand, that is energy, right? That is energy. Please understand that this is not the time to sit in that energy, because and if I can say this, and I don't mean to sound mean, because this is really, I don't mean to sound mean. But if I can say this, I want you guys to know that you can't save anybody but yourself. Okay, that's just where we are. You can't save anybody but yourself. You're going to have to do that. That everybody has to. The world does not change by you changing someone. The world changes by Kamoy changing, right? The world changes by Beatrice changing. The world changes by Gina changing. Welcome, Gina. The world changes by Carol changing. The world changes by each individual themselves making their own personal change, and then the world changes. Okay, so I can't change you. I can share information, and then you can take that information, and then you can make the changes within yourself. Okay, so please, you can't fix nobody. That's not how this works. You fix yourself, they fix themselves, and then the world get fixed. Okay, so be aware of that. Yeah, the only person you can change is the person you see in the mirror. Now, once you change that person in the mirror, you then reflect, aka attract to you back your reflection. Okay, so some people that comes in your life that gives you a very negative reflection, they're just there to teach you, oh, you've grown, or oh, you may have some work within you to do still. Okay, so they're not there for you to take it personally. That's not what this is about. So please understand, anything that's coming at you now leading up to the summer solstice, don't take that shit personally. Everybody is fucking projecting shit right now. Okay? Everybody is project. You're welcome, Trudy. Everybody is projecting shit right now. There's a lot of fucking fear going on. The question is, what are you projecting? Okay, my sister got mad with me the other day because I back. Okay, we are back. Good. Sorry, my phone died. That was on me. That was not YouTube this time. That was definitely on. I'm sorry about that. I saw that it was at 10%, and I totally forgot to put the charger thing on. Okay. And I don't remember what I was saying. So, um, um, can you guys see me? Can you guys see me? Yeah. Okay. All right. He my that was yeah. My phone died. That was not YouTube this time. They did not chop me off this time. Oh my god. They did not chop me off this time. This time it was my feet. My phone died on me, and I was that when I was plugging back in. I'm like, oh my god. I hope that they don't cut off the actual live on me. Yeah. Gina said the seasons are changing. Everything is waking up. Okay, so another thing that I wanted to bring to you guys, because I went into meditation today to see exactly what wanted to come through. Hey, Sam. What wanted to come through. Now that a lot of people are home and a lot of people are quarantined and you're not going anywhere, this is a really good time for a lot of you to really tap into the spiritual aspect of yourself and to do the things that you need to do, right? What came through today was sentience, right? And this is just, you can say, anything that has a feeling. So like even now there's a big the whole AI situation. Does robots have feelings, right? Okay. So when I went and I looked into the word, because I heard it in my spirit, and I went and I looked up the word, it's really talking about everything having a feeling, aka a consciousness at some level. All right. Before the line got cut, I was explaining to you guys that it's important for you not to take things personally in this season. That is going to be very important. You are not to take things personally in this season, especially leading up to the summer equinox, because it is energy harvesting time right now. And any energy that you are going to be utilizing, it should be directed towards what you want to experience and manifest in your life. Okay. I can't stress this enough. If you're not doing your own work, you will be told what to feel, when to feel it, where to go, okay, what to buy, and how much to spend. Like, please understand, there is a war going on for your consciousness, okay? And the way for you to be able to save yourself is for you to be able to know how your own spirit speaks, aka your intuition, aka your instincts, okay? Aka your higher self, aka your ancestors, aka um, your guides, your angels, okay? And understand that a lot of these entities that you tap into are not outside of you. A lot of these entities are internally, okay? So even when we're dealing with deities, even when we're dealing with any of these deities, you're not to worship the deities. These deities are facets of you, facets of your psyche, facets of your power. Okay. I'm even prone to think, as we become even more and more aware, we're going to realize that a lot of our DNA, that they consider to be junk DNA, is not junk DNA. That's our fucking superhuman shit that has not been activated yet, right? And right now, if you are spiritually gifted, another thing I do want to say also is that your gifts will become even more and more enhanced. Yesterday, I talked about, I was hearing cleansing and fasting, and that was really guided to you as the individual and how where you were led to either cleanse or fast. It didn't mean necessarily a body fast. This could have been maybe fasting from social media, fasting from the news. Allow your spirit to guide you. All right. This is really the time when you want to wake up every day and check in with yourself. Okay, what we doing today? Okay, what's going on in the atmosphere? Okay, I am constantly and I told you guys this yesterday. For me, I am really in a place where I'm living, where it's the peace that surpasses all understanding. So a lot of what's going on now, because and a lot of the way that I operate, I know it's just my birth chart placement. It's just my makeup. It's really just my makeup. So I spend a lot of time up here in the spiritual realm. Like I spend a lot of time here, just a lot of time here, right? So when I come out, and I did come out, I think it was on Sunday, and all of that shit just hit me like whoosh. And then yesterday, even when I went in, so I'm not spending a lot of time down here in this timeline. I'm really not, right? So there is this peace that surpasses all understanding that's happening with me right now. And I really can't articulate it and put it into words. There's just a feeling and a knowing that everything is going to be okay. And there is always beauty birthed out of chaos, right? Now, um, there's always beauty birthed out of chaos. Now, but let me tell you something, Carol. That is because I am doing my work, which means I don't entertain conversations of people that's going to drain me emotionally and mentally. I don't watch these spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. Business is possible, okay? It's possible, right? And when you get to the things on an umbrella that we operate, so out that day to maintain the peace. So I'm not saying someday I don't have to tap in. I have to say this, like I study and then I share. So maybe that's another reason why I'm more at peace, because like I'm sharing, but